Welcome to Backstage with Kennedy. This little show will be your remedy. From Toronto, spanning across the sea. Cool people, lots of laughs. This is your favorite podcast.
Hello and welcome. My name's Kennedy from the Backstage with Kennedy podcast. I got a wonderful group of guests today. I got a full band, almost a full band. This is the first time for the Backstage with Kennedy podcast where we've had like several people together on one pod. So I'm super amped about this one. And I think there couldn't be anybody better to do this interview with. So I got pink leather jackets, super talented dudes. They have a little bit of punk influence, a little bit of pop influence, a little bit of like swing. You got to check it out. You got to check this out. So how you guys doing? You doing good?
Good, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. So you guys have been pretty busy as of late, with this rock search thing. So I'm somewhat familiar with it because I had some buddies in a band called Revive the Rose who did it, I think, a couple of years ago now. But I know that you guys are doing it and you've been quite successful with it so far. So tell the people a little bit about rock search. Whoever wants to answer, man. I'm not really picky.
You want to take it or else? Sure. It's this like radio competition with 97.7 Hits FM based out of St. Catharines. It's something they've been doing for a long time, and it's a contest that's helped break a lot of big Canadian bands like Finger 11 and the Trues and the Glorious Sons and Crown Lands and a bunch of others. I think Monster Truck was like a runner-up. They didn't win it, but they still have a great career. So we're in the top 4 of that now. I guess like over 120 something bands applied, and we're in the finals. And I guess we'll find out Tuesday whether or not we win or not. But there's a lot of good competition for sure.
Mm-hmm. Dude, and the voting's still open, correct? Like people can still vote for you guys.
Yeah, this is the last week to vote. You can text PINK PINK to 977-977 to vote for us.
Dope. And was it with 97.7 you guys did that music video? Like I saw that you did like a live session.
Yeah, it was. That was with them.
Yeah, that seemed like a good time. How nice was it to get back on stage? Because I mean, I've seen your guys' names on posters a lot over the years. Not even just Toronto, like outside of the city as well. You guys do gig quite a bit. How nice was it to get back on stage?
Awesome, man. It's great. We played they did like a little mini show at Warehouse in St. Catharines.
Yeah.
So it was kind of structured, because of the pandemic, to not have too many people in the venue at once, but it was still awesome. Like they set up the stage nice for us. They had all the lights and everything going. And it was kind of nice just to hang with the other bands too. Like,
Definitely.
you kind of take some of those things for granted as it's happening, but it was nice to do that, especially after not doing any of that for like 3-4 months now, right?
Yeah, I feel you on that 100%. That's kind of why I started this podcast, right? I always found that one of my favorite things about like performing music when I was performing music was just hanging out with the bands and like the other artists and stuff and just, shooting the shit, trying to learn little tricks of the trade and stuff like that and figure out all the details, So now that I could do this podcast, it's like hanging out with the buddies all the time, like it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's beautiful. So are you guys from Toronto originally? Are you from like surrounding areas and then kind of forged to make this band, or how'd you guys get started and where are you from?
Well, Steve and I are brothers, so we grew up in Mississauga actually, and then
Sorry, it's lagging a little bit for me, so
I was
missed the
he was just asking like where we're all from.
So, okay.
Yeah. So Steve and I grew up in Mississauga, but Steve lives in Toronto now. I'm still in Mississauga, and
I grew up in Ajax, but I live in Toronto. Steve and Jordan and I live in Toronto. And I met these guys, the Colucci's, like I don't know, over 5 years ago now, like almost 10 now, actually.
Yeah.
I think it was like at least 7 or 8 years ago, but just in different bands. They were in their like friggin' amazing power trio band, and I was in a slightly less amazing power trio band. Anyway, yeah, but that's how we met, like just playing, like our bands sharing bills in the Toronto kind of scene or whatever. And they were like the best band that played, like the Colucci's band, every time. But they were also the nicest guys in the room, which is like I never saw it happen before. I never saw those two concepts marry in such an environment, which was amazing.
That's how I felt when I met Nathan when he was playing for Lad Classic at the Bovine. We were on a bill I was on a bill as the lone hip hop artist with Revive the Rose, Excuses, and the Lad Classic. And I thought Nathan was such a good dude, man. I was like, yeah, these guys are fucking awesome. Like, how's it being in a band with your brother, Nathan?
Oh, I don't know.
Life story.
I guess like it's pretty great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. Like Steve and I have been playing music together for like our whole life, basically, right? Like, I don't know. Like we're just so in sync, right? We can communicate really well. I know Steve's also just a great musician, like beyond being my brother, right? Like he's a great writer, he's a great guitar player. I don't know. It's nice, you know. I feel like we push each other.
Yeah. It's been terrible for me though. It's can't stand the guy. No, I'm kidding. No, it's kidding. It's good times. Me and Nate work really well together. Always have. So.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You guys have quite the following in Mississauga, I'm hearing. My mom actually, big Pink Leather Jackets fan. That's what she was telling me. So her and all her running friends apparently saw you guys like 2 years ago out in Port Credit. So they made the statement of letting me know. So I was like, all right. I'm glad we're doing the interview.
Yeah, we play in Port Credit quite a bit, actually. Like we had a residency there going at the Shore for a little while. Mm-hmm. But and like actually our very first gig as a band as Pink Leather Jackets was in Port Credit at a bar called Door 55. So yeah, we're well. Port Credit is it's a beautiful community there. Actually, it's a beautiful music community in Port Credit that we've like been like very grateful to be a part of.
And those venues pack up down there, eh? Like those bars, it's crazy. Like you go during the week, even on one of those bar nights, that 40+ crowd of wealthy people roll into those bars, and whew, you guys can get it dancing. That's for sure. So, how have you dudes been dealing with COVID? I mean, I asked everybody this question because I do think that's important. Like some people are dealing with it better than others. Have you guys been kind of bouncing back from it pretty good? I think it's an important thing to ask with the climate of this world right now.
Yeah, fair.
You go ahead.
Me? Okay, I just caught the tail end. I was frozen for a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I've been okay. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, it's different. Like with obviously like businesses and working and stuff is kind of like down the shitter right now. But yeah, I've been fortunate enough to still be like teaching music. So because of this stuff, Skype and things. So I've been kind of okay on it. But it hasn't been bad. Like having the extra time though for like personal things. Just been cycling through different hobbies, I guess. Like
yeah.
So just like stuff like that, or just like having time to like go outside.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, things like it's been like that for me actually. It's been all right. It's been all right. So,
what about you, Nathan and Chris?
It's honestly been okay for me too. I've just been home a lot. We're not gigging, and I'm not teaching as much right now. But honestly, it hasn't been too bad. Like same kind of thing like Steve was saying. Like I kind of found ways to keep myself busy. Like, I'm just trying to, lately I've been learning a lot of just like production stuff. I'm using the time to kind of learn, right? Like I'm so used to being busy all the time. So I'm trying to take advantage of this time, while I can, I guess.
I feel that. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, it's been a big change. We're like full-time musicians, so when everything got shut down, like I don't have any other source of income, so I'm just kind of riding that CERB income for the moment. So in the meantime, I've just after the initial shutdown and all the panic fell away, I just started writing a lot. So I've been trying to write a new song every day, kind of thing, and just build up the stockpile for when the world is ready to open again, kind of thing. And we're going to be going into the studio tomorrow to start our next record, so that's something to look forward to. Plus, yeah. So stoked about that. It's been postponed because of the state of the world, obviously, but we've been looking forward to it for a long time. And then the whole radio rock search competition has given us something to look forward to, which is like kind of nice. It's nice. I mean, I'm not going to be one to complain. Some people's like as far as like my place in the world, I got it very well. For sure.
Yeah.
So
like
what's Canada?
Yeah. What's your influences, guys? Like, I hear a lot of different things when I listen to your music. I would hate to call you guys a pop punk band, because I think that's really undervaluing what you guys do. I think you do a lot of different things. What would you guys say? Like, what kind of influence that Pink Leather Jacket sound that you guys have?
Well, I think like from the get-go, like one of our main goals is just to write good songs.
Yeah.
That's it. So like I think it kind of comes out in a bit of like a punk rock fashion.
Yeah.
But like to say that we're just straight up, I wouldn't say it's straight up punk. Like there's definitely things that are different. Like Chris is like kind of like he does a solo jazz thing, so he brings a bit of that to the table. Me and Nate like no Beatles songs like Inside Out, like so there's like and like a bit of like the doo-wop-y kind of thing in there too. So it's just kind of like a mix of everything, but I think it just kind of comes out with like a bit of punk attitude. But the goal has always been just to make good songs, just have good songs.
Yeah. Songs that could hopefully like transcend genre at the end of the day, Yeah.
There's a song on your discography, Evening Medicine. I never thought in a million years that I could compare somebody to the Beatles. And I literally, that's the first thing that came to my mind when I thought of that song. That was, guys, job well done on that.
Thanks.
That may have been one of my favorite songs I've ever heard. Seriously.
Cool.
Seriously.
Right on.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We recorded that song. That's the only, like on that whole EP, that's the only song that we did on tape with one microphone in our apartment.
Yeah.
Everything else was done like in the studio with like, takes and whatnot. But that one was like me and Steve were living together in Toronto, and like we just invited the guys over. We had like, I think it was like a Shure 55 microphone. I played acoustic guitar into the tape player, and like we all just kind of surrounded the microphone. And Jordan was playing percussion on like cereal boxes on the couch in the background.
Yeah,
that's wicked to hear the story behind that song. Like you wouldn't be able to tell by hearing it. Let me tell you. But I mean, the Cheerios can make a good sound once in a while, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like a box of chocolates and some pasta and some cereal and some. Yeah, I don't remember.
So obviously, like I think it's pretty obvious from like the news and just like being in the Toronto music scene, the venues have really been struggling with staying above water right now. So I like to do this thing where I basically just like spotlight a Toronto venue. What is your favorite Toronto venue? Like the three of you, I mean, you can each come up with your own if you want. What's your favorite Toronto venue that you've ever played at?
Gotta say, I love them all.
You got to.
for different reasons, I guess. But you know what? Actually, Cherry Cola's was a blast the last couple of times we played it. I don't like the guy, I think, and I don't know his name, but whoever they have on sound in there, like as like last time we played there, like
that guy's intense, right? And he's good though.
Great though. Like the guy's like a bit intense, but he has his shit together, and it sounded great. I was kind of like, this, like, you could tell he's worked bigger stages and stuff.
Yeah, he definitely
Like, he
has.
seems like he's bringing that to the table, and like that kind of focus and energy. Like nothing was unorganized. It was like, okay, your gear's downstairs if you're not playing, and it's on the side of the stage if you're about to play. I don't know. I had a good last time we played Cherries. That I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, and it's
I
because of
almost
that.
knocked myself out there.
Oh yeah,
On the the amp that hangs front stage left.
yeah.
Yeah, I jumped up on the front of the stage and almost wailed my head off of the amp.
Yeah.
You're the
You
reason
gotta
there's no standing on it.
Yeah, maybe. Crazy hip hop artist, man. I'm telling you.
Good, it's good.
Nathan, how about you, man? What's your favorite venue in Toronto?
I don't know. I'm kind of drawing a blank. I like Cherries a lot as well. I really like Junction City Music Hall. Oh yeah.
Yes.
They're
The sound
great.
is beautiful.
It's great sound. They're really like hospitable. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They're
the
just
word.
like they're
That's good.
just
They're good
nice,
people. Yeah, they're nice
people.
Super nice.
And it's just like I don't know. It looks very nice in there too. Like it's an enjoyable room to play. It's an enjoyable room to hang out.
Yeah.
I think people enjoy like coming to a show there because it's like I don't know. It's a cool vibe.
They got pinball and stuff. And yeah. It's
the
cool
sounds
vibe.
like
They got
the
cool
sounds
artwork. And
yeah,
stuff too.
And it's out in the Junction where I feel like people don't go as much in the city. You know what I mean? So when you have a show out in the Junction, it's like, whoa, you're opening people's eyes to like a place that not many people actually go to nowadays. Like once upon a time, the Junction was the place.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
It's not. It's kind of died off a little, you know.
True. Yeah.
Mhm. I've always liked it there. Like I've only been like the Junction City Music Hall, and there's like one place where they had a bunch of like I forget what it was called, something Ale House or whatever. That was cool. And there's actually one music store there that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you the name. But yeah, it's a cool area
It is a
for
cool
sure.
area.
I played this
Music.
nice like I remember playing this twin there. This like beautiful Fender twin. It was like a '65 twin. It was like amazing. And I was like, I can't. And I had to leave before I fell in love and bought it, you know. So with money,
that's how it goes.
right? Yeah.
How about you, Chris? What's your favorite venue, man?
We got to play Yonge and Dundas Square last year. That was pretty cool. Not exactly a venue, I guess, but cool spot to play for sure. If you get the opportunity, it's like pretty rad. There was a venue I played like a million years ago with one of my old bands that doesn't exist anymore. It was called Siesta Nouveau.
Oh yeah.
And it was like my first show with that band in Toronto or whatever. And it was like a total, it was a really cool kind of community there.
Mm-hmm.
It was like shady at times, but like really awesome and wholesome at the same time. Lynn Rafters, like her name gets brought up all the time. It was her venue, but she like lived there with some people, and that was a really cool kind of underground thing happening there. But it eventually got bulldozed and turned into a parking lot.
Wasn't that her like apartment that she turned into a venue or something like that? Like
exactly.
Kyle from the Filthy Radicals brought that up in episode number 1. Actually, he loves that place. He was like, that was the best night he's ever played music wise.
There's a lot of like myth and legend around Siesta Nouveau, and I'm happy to have played there for sure. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like behind the stage was like a guy's bedroom. It was like so it was crazy, you know, like because like people would be like the place would be packed like sardines, and then it'd be packed outside as well, and like be so it was just like, you know, the raw punk show that you have in your head, you know what I mean, where everyone's just like like this and like sweating and like I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's an awesome place.
So you guys have been pretty busy. So you're working on a new album, I guess. Is that what you're doing? Or are you just kind of working on a couple songs? What do you got planned for the future?
We got another EP that we plan to record starting tomorrow. And so we're gonna like get that finished and then like see what we can do with that and see what the state of the world is in when it's by the time it's finished, you know.
It's looking like I'm starting to see people are getting booked for shows in the future. So I mean, if everything goes according to plan, it's looking like you guys might be hitting the stage sooner rather than later, which is wicked. Be nice to come catch you guys play at a show in Toronto or outside of the city for all that matters. Well, boys, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. Thank you a ton, guys. Everybody, make sure you go vote for Pink Leather Jackets. Okay, I'm gonna post the link so that you can do so. But make sure you check it out because I hope these guys win because they truly deserve it and they're very, very fantastic musicians. Thanks, boys.
Cheers, man. Thanks a lot, man.
Cheers. You take care, all right? Easy.
You too.